Thank you, Mark, and hello from London. Okay, there's quite a lot to go through to this week. We've had both weekly and monthly closes over last weekend, and there's been a number of interesting patterns that have developed, plus an update on the energy sector, which I described last week and also the week before. And I've only got a little time in which to do all this, so here goes. I'll start with the energy sector. I've spoken quite a bit on this over the last 2 weeks, as we've had two interesting patterns, technical patterns there, one fully developed and one that finally developed last Friday night. Now, as many of you know, I normally concentrate on ICE Brent crude oil and ICE gas oil futures. So I'll start with ICE Brent crude oil, then gas oil, and then cover NYMEX WTI crude oil, RBOB, and finally heating oil. Okay, so Brent crude oil. There were, as I mentioned, two patterns here. The first one I highlighted late 3 weeks ago and came about, actually I should say when it came about, it did so somewhat violently. It was a diamond top, a small but pretty good pattern here. Those who listen and watch my daily energy videos will know that the target on the downside for this pattern was achieved. However, because of the huge move down and subsequent recovery back up, we were set for a possible monthly key reversal. This time last week when I spoke, we were looking at a lesser outside month rather than a key reversal. However, those extra few days made a difference, and we had a monthly key reversal up by last Friday night. Likewise for ICE gas oil, we had a similar target for the diamond pattern, which was achieved. Here again, because of the huge move lower and then back up, we were also on for a possible monthly key reversal, much as in Brent. Last week at this time we were on for a monthly key reversal up, but only just. Well, by Friday night this long-term bullish pattern had solidified, and we ended up indeed with a monthly key reversal up for July in gas oil. Now, though I do not look that much at NYMEX WTI crude oil futures or the RBOB gasoline futures, I did make a special effort to do so, and there were similar diamond patterns present and possible monthly key reversals. In WTI crude oil this time last week, we were looking at a lesser outside month. However, by Friday night, the market had done enough to form a monthly key reversal up in July. This after achieving the prior target on the downside earlier for a diamond top. In RBOB, we'd achieved the diamond top target on the downside, and we were set for a possible monthly key reversal up. This time last week, it looked good, and the next few days confirmed it as a monthly key reversal up in RBOB in July. Finally, heating oil. This contract had an imperfect diamond top going into the end of last week. When I looked at it, I tried to optimize it a bit. Nevertheless, this time last week when I spoke, we were also looking at a possible monthly key reversal up. Well, by Friday night, the market had confirmed it, and we'd had a monthly key reversal up here in July. Okay, so we've had a clean sweep of the energy futures contract here. However, please remember, these are long-term technical patterns I've discussed, and it does not preclude an immediate countering attempt for August. Though, to be honest, whilst we've come off this week, so far it is not nearly strong enough yet to counter what we've already seen in July. Okay, let's take a look at this past week's weekly key reversals in the markets I covered. They were, interestingly, nearly all weekly key reversals down. Indeed, the only weekly key reversal up I'd noticed was in the EEX German power-based month future. Meanwhile, the weekly key reversals down were also interesting. Here's the first three. In US dollar Chinese yuan, the onshore Chinese yuan, US dollar Chinese yuan 1 year NDF, and US dollar Chinese yuan, the offshore Chinese yuan. All were in line, which you would, I suppose, automatically expect. But let me tell you, it really happens that way, so it is interesting because of that. Additionally, we had weekly key reversals down in EX butter futures and Chicago lean hog futures. Moving on to the monthly key reversals for July. I've already covered the energy futures contracts, so these were other markets that had such actions, and they were mixed. There were monthly key reversals down in Euro Sterling, Euro against the Romanian leu, and the US dollar against the Israeli shekel. This last one is worth taking some time over, as it comes after I had flagged 2 weeks, one in June and one in July, as weekly key reversals up. What happened is that the weekly key reversals up did cause a move higher in mid-July. However, the market was not happy about moving over the long moving average, currently 327.25. As a result of this, the first time it managed to do so, this is since September of last year, well, the result saw prices turned back down and have since followed on lower this week. I imagine that's not just from the failed move over and then back below the long moving average, but also because of the monthly key reversal down. In the monthly key reversals up, we had ones in July for the Philex semi-index, the SGX SciComm TSR 20 rubber future, for New York coffee futures, but interestingly, not the London contract, and conversely, a monthly key reversal up in London cocoa futures, but not the New York contract. Finally, another trio, Chicago wheat, Kansas City wheat, and Paris milling wheat, all had monthly key reversals up in July, and I covered this more depth during my weekly video last Friday. I'm happy always to share my videos, various charts, and answer any questions that anyone may have who's interested. And with that, I'll finish this section from London. I hope you found these comments useful.